What's up, Dragon Nation? I'm Rich with Dragon Nation Gaming. Welcome back to Stationeers. Last episode, we were setting up the rocket and the sorting system. In this episode, we need to try to figure out how to get the rocket started. I spent a little bit of time trying to figure different things out in creative, and I finally decided to go ahead and use the script. But yeah, there's a little bit that we got to do first. Let's go ahead and get this started. Alright, so first I should go over some of the things I changed. As you can see, the base has changed a little bit. Decided to go ahead and get rid of the... forgot the name of them already. The hydroponic stations. Went ahead, got rid of those. I did die from something. I can't remember what I died from. So I decided to go ahead and put a spawner inside of the base because I spawned outside without the resources I needed. And I went ahead and put a couple of suits. This is just for storage. These are not actually hooked up. It's just so I can get some suits in case I die. Also a good thing to have when you're in multiplayer, because multiplayer is a little buggy and you do die a lot in multiplayer. And then of course back here, I went ahead and got rid of the scrubber that we had. It was just way too powerful for the size of the base that we have. And I moved everything one block over, which gives us a little bit more room to do some other stuff. So the scrubber I still have to figure out, but it's not that big a deal since we no longer have the hydroponic stations. I think I'm going to go with a portable one. I mean, I won't need it that much, and the portable one seems to work better. It's the only solution I can figure out. Also, I got rid of a lot of the logic that we had set up. A lot of stuff that I really did not need. And, well, there's a few things I'll need. I'll just have to figure out where to put them. But yeah, saved a little bit of space. And as you can see, the base is not pressurized. That's because I had to figure out where I was wanting to put this elevator. So I tried a few different spots for the elevator and only found one spot that actually worked for the setup that we have down below. We'll go down there here in a second and check that out, but there's a few things that I do need to go ahead and print out. So we're trying to get the rocket up and running. God, English, man, Jesus. We're trying to get the rocket up and running. I tried to figure out a way you could do it. Let me try to explain. We'll go down here and check stuff out, and you can see how I got this set up right now. So I tried everywhere that I could that seemed kind of practical for the elevator, and the only place that seemed practical is right here, which means I did have to change up the chutes a little bit, but everything is still connected, or at least I hope it is. Elevators are real simple. They just have two pieces. You have your floor piece, and then you have a chute piece. That's it. And then of course the power connections are in the back, which are covered up by those frames. So I think everything else is pretty much the same. We did this last episode in creative. This is our survival world, and it took me much longer to get this set up. This took me... I spent an entire day trying to get this set up, just to get everything together and make sure that everything worked. I also went ahead and added a couple of more batteries so I could get power down here. Now, I was kind of worried that I wouldn't have enough solar panels because we still have the two batteries up top, but 4 batteries seem to be perfect. I don't know, I might add some more batteries and see how that works out. And we still have all this space back here. I probably won't run out of room that fast, but once we start adding some other stuff I gotta add, it's gonna go pretty quick. But anyways, so what I try to figure out is there is a way you can set this up with logic, but one way is with a dial and levers and all kinds of other shit where you have to sit and babysit the rocket. Pretty much the entire time the rocket is out doing its thing, you have to sit by the console, sit by the displays, and you have to switch the modes by hand. That's not what I wanted to do. So I spent a day trying to figure out if I could set it up with Logic, and I couldn't get it figured out. The way they have it set up is kind of difficult. I don't even know if you can automatically control that ship, the rocket, with Logic, unfortunately. So what I'm going to use is we're going to use a script. Something I'm not really happy about doing. I really don't like doing this because mostly scripts I didn't write it myself. I got it from somebody else. I went to another YouTuber who does a lot of Stationeers. His name is Cows Are Evil. But yeah, he does a lot of videos with Stationeer, and well, he had one script for the rocket and it seemed to work perfectly the way I wanted, so yeah, I'm not happy about using it, but we're gonna go ahead. Alright, so first thing we're gonna need is we're going to need a computer. This is what's gonna like control the entire thing. Is it not in here? I thought it was in electronics. Where did I print out the other one? I think it's just computer, isn't it? Did I just miss it? Or what? What's going on here? Rocket. Oh, there it is. Alright, so I'm gonna need one of those. Probably also need, let me see. Alright, did I print out? I think I print out two. Yes, I did. That's alright. Alright, next thing we're going to need is I need the motherboard for the computer. And I'm not sure, since I've never really done anything with scripts before, I'm not sure which one I need. I think it's this one right here, the IC editor. I guess we'll find out. Then what I need is I need the IC chip. So I think it's just integrated. Yep, this one right here. Integrated circuit. Oh, electrum and solder. Alright, where's my solder? There's my electrum. We'll grab that. Now, a few other things I'm going to need. I'm going to need a fuel pump, because we have to pump the fuel into the rocket. The system that I'm going to use, the script I'm going to use, also controls that volume pump to let the program know, the script know when the rocket is full, and it will automatically launch the rocket. Alright, next thing we're going to need is we need that fuel pump. So there's two different pumps that I could use. Now the way this script is set up, we'll have to see, but I think it's set up with a max of 5,000 fuel. So we have the fuel pump, but it only does 100 liters a tick or some shit like that. But yeah, it only does 100 liters. Since we're doing so much, I've never actually used the turbo volume pump. Not even sure if it will work for this system, but we're gonna give it a shot. Oh, come on, Electrum. Did I put it? Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. I really do need to figure out a better system for this. And that's not it. There it is. Let's go ahead and put you, come here. Put you back in the locker. Electrum, come here. Close. Oh, that's going to go pretty fast. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and put there's nothing in there, so we're good. Put all of this back in. So I've been trying my damnedest to do everything in full stacks. So what I figured out is that each one of the ingots does a stack of 500. So I've been trying to figure out the math and all the ores and everything so I could go ahead and get complete full stacks. And it looks like I got all of them. But I'm not sure. I'll have to go through the list again. So let's grab you. Alright, so there's our circuit, our motherboard, our computers. Next thing we're going to need is we need some consoles because we need readouts for everything that goes with the rockets. So consoles. And I did figure out with the console you could actually change the display to an LED. So before I was trying to read the ratio of gases, we had a display set up on this wall. And I had to set it up with a graph until I figured out you could just do it with LEDs. How many do I have? I think I need 4. Is it 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think so, yeah. Alright, so the next thing we're going to need is we need a lever. Which I think is just a... Shit, what is it called? Switch. There we go. And I think I'm out of... Yeah, I'm almost completely out of coil. Alright, there's our switch. So yeah, let's go ahead and set this up for cable. And just let that print out. Almost completely out. With all the building I did with the sorting system, I ran out pretty damn quick. Alright, so I don't really have a spot for this yet. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and put it somewhere that's out of the way. Which I think right here should be good. Alright, so first we're going to need our computer. Rotate. Why are you doing that? I've been playing other games and I forgot what rotate is. It's C. I'm not going to say what game yet. You'll all see here pretty soon. Alright, so there's our computer. We need to go ahead and... What does it take? Screwdriver, and that's it. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and put our screwdriver back. Alright, so now we need to open up this little flap. Go ahead and put in the motherboard. Hopefully it's the right one. And then we need to get everything connected up to cabling. So I'm just going to connect it right over to here. Come on, mouse, work with me here. I need to get a new mouse. The scroll wheel on this thing does not work very well. It was a cheap mouse. And turn it on. Because it needs the IC chip. Okay. So we need... Oh, did I not get the... Yep, we forgot something. Well, at least I'm par for the course. I always forget at least one thing. Alright, so the printer actually did not shut off even though I connected that computer. Weird, usually it does. Alright, so what we need, I forget what it's called. I think it's still under logic though. Okay, it didn't. Let's try that again. There you go. Are you not under logic? I guess it's not under logic. Let's try... Shit, I forget what it's called though. It's another chip that the IC chip fits into. And I forget what the damn thing is called. And I do not see it anywhere. There it is. IC housing. I should have known that. God damn it. Alright, we need solder. I think it's this one. And we just need one. Well, that's going to take a minute. Let's go ahead and grab this extra cable. Alright, then what I need is I'm going to need one piece of wall. Just so I can go ahead and get this stuff up. So yeah, the consoles and everything else, I cannot put an open space. They have to be connected to a wall. Hold on. Oh, oh, that one's still printing. There we go. Alright, so there's our wall. And there's our housing. Hopefully at some point I can remember what that's called. Alright, let's go ahead and go back down the stairs. Actually, let's go ahead and take the elevator. I still haven't used the damn thing. Alright, so all we do is push the button to call it. When he gets up. And there we go. So it's kind of slow, but that's okay. I mean, we don't have to go very far with it. Alright, so now I need to go ahead and lay down the housing. Let's go ahead and rotate it that way. Go ahead and connect the cables. And I think there's one up here. Come on. Connect. There we go. Alright, then we just go ahead and put in our IC chip. Now what I need to do is I need to get everything set up so that way this can read everything. So we got our volume pump that I'm not sure is going to work. But we're going to try it anyways. And if it doesn't, I can just go ahead and get another pump. It's fine. What I need to do is I need to connect it to our output, which goes up to the ceiling. And that way to the rocket. So I think what you could do with this is you could change, do I have power over there? You could change the direction this thing flows. Also, yeah, so it doesn't matter which way you point it. Okay, come on, let me out. Alright, so it looks like it's going that way, which is the way we need it. Then we could go ahead and increase. Now the regular volume pump only goes to 100 liters. This one goes to... Damn, it's still going. Do I want it to go this fast though? That's the question. Well, it's only going to be on when we're filling up the ship, so hopefully nothing blows up. I guess we'll find out. I'll just make sure I save the game. If something does blow up, we can fix it. Alright, now I need to get that connected to power. Oh, come on, mouse. Alright, down. Come on. Come on. It's not rotating. Hold on. Let's go end. There you go. Alright, now I need it to come straight out to this one. I probably should cut, but this isn't going to take me too long. Yep, so I need it... Oh, that was too much. Nope, that was right. Alright, then we also need to go ahead and get the power connected. And then what I need to do is I need to name this thing. So the way the script is set up, which is the same way you want to read it with logic if you want to use displays. Let's do this. This is getting on my nerves. Is the setup... God damn it. The setup that you could do with the logic is only for the displays. That's why I was having trouble trying to figure it out. Still some stuff I haven't really used in the game yet. Alright, there we go. So that should be ready to go, except for... We're going to go ahead and name this... Delete everything and just call it a fuel pump. That way I can find it later. So, fuel... I'm not going to worry about uppercase. Alright, now we're almost done. Next thing we need to do is we need to go ahead and put down the switch. This is what tells the ship to either go or to stop. Okay, there it was. So, rotate. Connect that up real quick. And all I'm going to do is name it recall lever, or recall lever. So that way it's easy to find. Alright, recall. Oh, get me on the other side. So, recall lever. Oops. I canceled. My bad. Let's just call it recall lever. Ah. Fuck it, I'm trying not to smash my keyboard. And that's why I'm screwing up. There we go. Screw it. Alright, so the next thing we need to do, which we don't have to do, this is optional, is we could go ahead and set up some displays. But since we're trying to do this in a video, it's probably a good idea to go ahead and do it. So let's rotate you that way. Alright, so we need 4 displays. So the first one, go to LED small. The first one is going to be mode display. The second one, which we have to come down here, that is going to be the fuel display, how much fuel is in the rocket. I don't have any room for this. This sucks. Alright, so this one is going to be for minables. You know what? I'll just put it down here for right now. It's fine. I gotta figure out a better spot for these damn things anyways. And then turn those on, connect them up to cabling real quick. So yeah, let me not waste any time because I probably will need more cable. Let me go ahead and get those connected. I also need to name these. So that one is just going to be mode display, fuel display, minables. This tells us how many minables are in the area that the rocket's in. And this one is going to be cargo display. This is going to tell us how much cargo we have in the rocket. So yeah, let me go ahead and get those named and connect to the cables real quick. Alright, so I changed them around a little bit. So that's going to be mode, that's going to be fuel, that's going to be minables, and this is going to be cargo. And then our recall lever. So what we need to do now is grab the screwdriver. So D0, that needs to be the fuel pump. So actually, let's go ahead and go the other way. Probably be faster. So CEF. Fuel pump. Alright, so number 1 needs to be mode display. Go the other way. I'm already starting to get a lot of stuff in here. I think yep, mode display. Number 2 needs to be fuel display. Number 3 needs to be minables display. Now, all the displays are optional. You don't have to use them. Oops, there it was. Alright, number 4 is cargo display. And then 5 will be recall lever. So, I already have a lot of stuff down here. Whoops. Recall lever. Turn it on. And it should start. Oh, you know what I gotta do? First, I gotta get the program in. So let's go ahead and put you down. Alright, so to get the script, if you want to, you could go ahead and do the script on your own. Just hit the edit that was in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. You could go ahead and write your own program, but if you're not good at programming, you could go on the Steam Workshop and you could find a lot of scripts on the Steam Workshop for just about anything. So what I need to do is go to the library, and here it is. So this is the Rocket Controller by Cows Are Evil. And what I need to do, upload. Right? And there it is. Now, I need to look through this real quick and see exactly... Alright, so these are just the definitions. Alright, so he does have it set up the way that I want. You gotta be careful. Some of these scripts, they only do one miner. You can't use multiple miners. But I wanted a script that does multiple miners on a batch writing system. And it seems like this one, the way he has it set up, it does actually do that. Alright, here's one of the ones that I needed to look at. So this defines the max fuel into the rocket, which is going to be 5,000. The minimum fuel is going to be 700. What that means is the rocket requires at least 500 fuel in order to return. So if you return your ship, make sure it doesn't drop below 500. But he has it set up as 700 just to be on the safe side, it looks like. So yeah, this defines when the rocket will launch. This defines when the rocket will come home. And mode average, command, alright. Alright, so that's just setting all the launch systems. So yeah, it looks like it will do it automatically. Once I hit the lever, as soon as the rocket is refueled and the cargo is empty, it will automatically launch. So yeah, he has a setup where you could use either miner. You could either use an ice miner, ore miner, gas miner, or junk miner. Now, I think the way this looks is it will do 2 of them, but I wonder if you could actually set it up to do all 4. Huh, that might actually be worth a try. I don't even know if you could put all 4 miners on a rocket. So yeah, a lot of command in here. Not too much. I mean, it's only 86 lines. And then there it tells it to start. Alright, so let's go ahead and confirm. And then what we need to do is we need to send that information to that IC chip, which I think is export. There it is. Alright, so now the system is working. This is the mode, which is 0, which means it's sitting on the launch pad. This is the fuel pump. Right now the fuel pump should be on because it is fueling up. Yep. Wow, that thing has a weird ass noise, doesn't it? I'll probably have to go out mining to get some more fuel because we might not have enough. Look how fast that's filling. That's cool. So yeah, the turbo volume pump, a lot faster than the regular volume pump, like 10 times faster. So I went out and got about 10 things of 10 stacks of each ice, volatile and oxide. And I was kind of curious to see how much 10 would get us, how much fuel it would get us. So this might take a minute. Let me go ahead and wait for it to fuel up or to stop, and we'll see just how well it works out. Alright, so we're getting close. Thank God, there it is. It did stop. So 5,000, not quite. Alright, so the pump should have shut off. It did. Alright, so a couple things I'm noticing. One, the turbo volume pump is way too fast for these pipes. It's not filling up the rocket fast enough. So that might be an issue. I heard some creaking in the pipes, but nothing blew up, thankfully. So the rocket is fully fueled with 5,017. That's the maximum. The pump did turn off. One thing I also did notice is when it's daylight, because we don't have this room closed off and it gets to whatever temperature it does in the daylight, we're losing a little bit of gas between that chute and the crusher on all 3 of these. So that, I guess there's like a little bit of a gap right there, which causes us to lose some of the gas. So I either have to close off that room and then freeze it, or I have to completely close it off and get some active vents to pull out the gases back into the storage. Question is, I don't know how much gas I'm losing. Something I'll have to figure out. Alright, so now we're ready to go ahead and launch the rocket. The only thing I have to do is hit that lever. Now, if I leave this lever up, the ship will continuously launch and come back until I lower that lever. So, this might be a little bit loud, so watch your ears. Here we go. Alright, so there it goes. Oh shit, I fell. And there it goes. Alright, so it doesn't look like it damaged anything. So that was one thing that I was worried about, was it damaging the base. Alright, so let's look at the readout. So we got the mode, which I think 4 means it's traveling, or it's, no, 4 is mining, 2 is traveling. Right here we have our minables, so the location the rocket's in, it does have stuff to mine. And our storage is going up. Now this doesn't mean like one piece of ore. One is a stack. Now the stack could be anything from 1 to 50. But yeah, it just counts them as stacks. Kind of the same thing the silos do. So what we need to do is we need to wait until this gets around 700, and then the rocket should come back. Alright, so we're getting kind of close, but I wanted to show you this real quick. The mode is up there, and there it goes. We had no more minables, so it goes to mode 2. That tells the ship to move to the next location, and once it gets there, it changes to 4, which is mining. Yep, we have minables right there. And this is how many, I don't want to say items, I want to say stacks. This is how many stacks we have. So we have 294 stacks of ore and ice, which is not half bad. Alright, now it's below 700, so it should be coming back any second. It was at 692. Oh, there it is. That is so cool. And it docked. Alright. So now what we need to see is, so it should start refueling. Oops. If I leave, god damn it. I have the higher power jetpack. It's kind of difficult to control sometimes. We're already full? What? Holy shit, did I have that much pressure in the pipes? I must have. Alright, so as you can see, we do have some of the gases which are escaping through the crusher. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this place off so I can reclaim those gases. It's probably easier to do that than it is to try to chill this entire room. Probably. I mean, I'm not going to be going into this room anytime soon. Yeah, the pump is already off. So the pump right here, I went ahead and changed to 500. 500 liters instead of 1,000. Hoping not to blow up any of these pipes, because I do not like to hear those creak. Alright, so all we're waiting for is, this is how much cargo is still in the rocket. So what we have to wait is for that to go down to 0, and the rocket should launch again. I wonder if there's a way to make that faster. Probably not. Because what's happening is the ores and the ices only come out one chunk at a time, or one stack at a time. And that takes a little bit, since we had like 300 almost. Alright, so let's wait until this gets down low, and we'll see if she launches again. Alright, so we have about a minute left. I wanted to see if I could capture this. So you know that you're getting ores because the display right there, like that. The display on the vending machine will blink, letting you know that some ore was just loaded. Now that will be a complete stack because we do have a stacker connected to our chutes. So not hearing a lot of stuff loading up, but that's because the stacks that we're getting are not complete stacks. So yeah, the stacker stacks them, and when they are finally complete, they come into the silo or the vending machine. I'm kind of curious to see just how much the vending machines can hold, because I don't think any of the silos have anything in them yet. Now, I had 5 stacks of each ore in each one of the vending machines, but there's really no way to like come up to the vending machine and see just how much is in there. Which kind of sucks. I'll probably have to set that on Logic, so I'll probably do that. I'll set it up on Logic, put displays up above them to if there is a way to show how much is in there. All right, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. There it goes. All right, now one thing I do want to test is, now that it's launched, it is, yeah, it's mining right now. If I hit this lever, will it recall the rocket? And I think that's what number 5 means, is it's on its way back home. Oh, shit, no, I don't want to be in here. I don't see it yet. There it is. Ooh, shit. Yeah, you can definitely hear it. Alright, so the lever does recall the rocket. Awesome. And then once you want to launch it again, all you have to do is hit the lever again. Alright, so I really can't tell. Oh, it already filled up. That was quick. Jesus. I really can't tell just how much ore we actually got. I wish there was like a counter or something. Anyways, so yeah, that's what I think I'll do, is I'll try to figure out if I can set up the vending machines to display how much of each item they have inside of them. I'm pretty sure that would be pretty simple, but that's something we'll have to talk about in another episode. Alright, so the issue is, I'm really not happy about uploading this video because I'm using somebody else's script. But I tried in Creative to set this up on a Logic, and pretty much what you have to do is all of this. You have to set every single one of these up on a Logic chip, and I don't even know if that's possible. I didn't finish because I got to the point where I almost had this entire area covered with Logic and I still wasn't done. So what happens is the rocket is sitting on the pad. What you got to do is you got to flip the switch. It's a dial, which will send it to mode number 2, which will launch the rocket. Is it 2? I think it's 2. Well, let's see. Nope, it's mode 1. Mode 1 is launching. 2 is it's moving. 4 is mining, and 5 is returning. So yeah, we're gonna let that dude have some fun because I need ore. I'm gonna run out pretty quick. I do have full stacks of everything, but still, I'm gonna run out pretty quick. Alright, so you flip a switch, which will change the mode, and you have to sit here and change the mode every single time. So when the mode changes to, say, 4, that means it's moving. And when it gets to a location, then you got to read this, which is the mineable displays. If there's minables there, you have to change the mode, turn on all the drills, and wait until that display reads 0. Then when it does, you switch the mode with that dial back to 2, telling it that it's moving. See, just like that. Switch the mode to 2, which it will move, go to the next location, and when that mode changes to 4, you have to hit the dial to tell it to start mining again, and then turn on all the minables, the drills and everything. It's a pain in the ass. If you did it that way, you would have to sit here with the rocket and change it every single time the mode changes. And honest, or every time the minables change. When the minables change, you gotta switch the mode. That would be a pain in the ass, and you would have to sit here the entire time while the rocket is up in space. I didn't want to do that, so I tried to figure out how to do it with Logic so I could do it on my own. I gave up. So I went looking for a script, and it works. It seems to work really well. Question is, how much are we getting? I'll probably have to set up some way of counting what's in the silos and what's in the vending machines. That's probably going to take a little bit of work. But yeah, that won't be in next episode. Next episode, what we need to do is we need to figure out the problem with this area. We are losing a little bit of gas during the daylight when it gets warmer. This area is going to be pressurized once I get that figured out. So it is going to be pretty warm in here, which means those gases are going to get lost and they're going to go in the atmosphere of that little area. I don't want to waste the gases, but I don't think it's only the crushers. I think while the ices are in the chutes, they also evaporate. Or they turn into liquid, whatever. I'm not 100% certain, but it kind of seems like that's what they do. So yeah, I don't want to lose those gases. I want to try to save them. So I need to figure out a system of sending them back through... Well, we got our pipe, which goes through our filtering system, that one right there. So probably what I'll do is I'll get an active vent, go ahead and connect it to that pipe so it will suck out all the gases. That's a lot easier than trying to figure out a way of cooling this entire room down. Probably the best way to do it. Then what I need to do is I need to go through some maintenance. So a couple of things that I haven't done yet that are really, really important. One, when this tank is full, I don't want to waste the gases. I want to go ahead and send them up to the top. The way I have everything set up... okay, fuck it. We'll take the elevator. We got the damn thing. Might as well use it. One thing that will be difficult is the way I have this base set up, there's not a whole lot of room to do anything. So what I want to do is I want to send that extra fuel using a back pressure regulator up to this pipe. Then what I need to do is also do the same thing with the volatiles and the oxygen. So we already have the nitrogen coming up. We also need to do it with the oxygen and the volatiles. Not only that, but we need to go ahead and set up a system. Actually, why am I going through the airlock when I have no doors out here? Or no walls? What I need to do is the pressure might get high in those tanks, and it already has with the carbon dioxide. So what I need to do is I need to set up back pressure regulators to exhaust the extra gas. One little tiny problem with that. Back pressure regulators do act as a pump, but they're very weak. They're very, very slow. Ah, shit. Did I really? Yes, I did. I'm going to have to get a landscaping tool or whatever it's called so I can go ahead and... What is that tool called? I've never actually used it, but it fills in the little dirt. I'm going to have to get me one of those. Terrain tool. I just thought of it. Terrain tool. I need to get one. So yeah, we need to go ahead and set up a back pressure regulator. It's probably better to do it with the volume pump and set that up with logic, but I don't really fill up on gases that often. I don't really think I need a volume pump. I think just a back pressure regulator is going to work. There's also some other stuff that we need to do too. Trying to think of what all. Oh yeah. So this area right here, the way I want to set up is this is going to be the hydroponics garden. I want to get it automated, so we need to set it up with Harvey. I've never actually used Harvey, and that might actually take another script, which I'm not happy about, but I'm getting to that point where trying to set things up with logic will get really difficult, and logic might not be able to handle them. But that's something I'll have to test out and see. We still have all that space over there to build with. So what I want to do is, if it works, I haven't used Harvey, so I don't know if this is going to work. But I want Harvey to harvest the plants and then send those plants to an oven and then to a canning, what is it called? Advanced canning machine. So that way it's done all automatically. But I don't think that works, because the problem with Harvey is he requires input and output. You have to send him the seeds, and then he gets rid of the seeds and the plants. But the problem is I'm using tomatoes, which are, the tomato is the seed. So probably what I'll have to do is I'll have to set it up with a vending machine. I don't see any other way out of it. Which means it's going to take, vending machines are pretty big, they take up a lot of space. But that's okay, because the farm that I need, I'm solo. Or even if I have like 1 or 2 people playing with me, it's not going to take that much. And the cans, as you can see, these things last a really long time. I went ahead and made some food before I got rid of the hydroponics. And this food is enough to last me a really long time until I get this base repressurized and we get Harvey and all that set up. There was a few other things that I needed to take care of, but setting up the gases is the most important. It's something that I wouldn't really want to waste a video on, but it is something that you will have to do when you play this game. It's one of those things that you hate when it happens, but you just have to do it just to make sure you have a safe base. Then we also need to figure out a scrubbing system. At some point, if I ever do take off my suit and I live inside of this base, I am going to be producing a lot of CO2. So we still need a way of scrubbing out that CO2, but using an atmospheric filter, it's just way too powerful for the size of this base. So probably use a portable one. I couldn't really see any better way of doing it. Here comes the rocket. Oh, I love that. But yeah, that thing is getting ice and it is getting ores, so it does work the way I wanted it to. That is awesome. But yeah, I'm gonna let that thing run. So we still have a long way to go. I still have to figure out the vending machines in the silos so I can get some readouts. I have to figure out how I'm going to design that. I have to figure out a control center. Okay, let me out, dude. Control center for the rocket. I would want to be able to see the rocket from the control center, which means I can't do it up there. I can't do it down here because we have all that. Well, maybe at this top level. I could go ahead and make some stairs up there and put it up there at the top level. That might work. But I can't do it down here because all this stuff is in the way. Yeah, I think I might do that. Or at least try it and see. But all I need to fit in there is just this clump of stuff. That's it. That's all I need. But yeah, we'll figure that out. Sorry I'm rambling. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm starting to get tired. But yeah, we still have a long way to go. Next episode, we'll go ahead and do some maintenance. Try to get some of these issues that we have with the base corrected. And hopefully in a couple episodes we can get Harvey set up. Once I figure out how to do that, then we can go ahead and repressurize the base. We should have enough food and water to last us until then. Hopefully. And then we'll have to figure out what's next. Oh yeah. Amy. Somebody asked me in the comments, they mentioned Amy. They didn't know what it was. Amy is the little automated robot that goes out on the ground and does some mining. So we're going to use her with the rocket, which should get us all the ore we will ever need. Which means I never have to go mining again. Hopefully. That's the plan. Anyways. So yeah, next episode we got a lot of maintenance to do. Until then, make sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.